Coming up on the Wallingford Sports Show, we have got a jam-packed show tonight. We've got the cheerleading coach from Madison Central. We've got Estill County basketball, Madison Southern basketball, and, of course, the Madison Central football team will join us to end the show. All that coming up right now live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. This is the Wallingford Sports Show.
This is a special sports presentation of the Wallingford Broadcasting Company.
Sports fans, it's time for the Wallingford Sports Show. The Wallingford Sports Show is served up by Buffalo Wild Wings and also brought to you in part by Jack Burford Chevrolet, the law office of Patrick O'Neill, King Brothers Used Cars, and Honchels. Now let's go live inside the Jack Burford Chevrolet studios discussing the hottest sports topics around. Here are your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Jack Burford Chevrolet with a little Christmas scenery behind us,
We got
Samantha.
a nice little Christmas tree in the background. What do you think about it?
Well, I'm ready I'm ready,
Are you ready?
to just bypass Thanksgiving, go Black Friday shopping.
So
and
you
then,
go Black Friday shopping?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm ready for some Black Friday shopping.
I want pictures.
You want pictures? Well, listen, this Friday I'm going to have to cut it short. We got a football game to play.
That is true. And how exciting is it that our Madison Central Indians just won the regional championship and are going to play Scott County Friday night at Scott County.
Will you guys be there? Coach
Of
Fuddy?
course
Okay.
we'll
They're
be
at
there.
every game.
Yeah.
Every
miss
game.
it.
Well, I got to ask you, how many championships have you won with the cheerleading?
They just won one last year.
I know. I mean, it's
gosh.
been incredible. It's like every year. Do you ever rub it in on Coach Feldhouse? Do you ever been on him?
No.
Okay.
No. We try not to go there. You know, cheerleading is it's a program with a different slant.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Hey,
So-
he's involved. He comes down to nationals, doesn't he, when
Oh,
they go to
absolutely.
Orlando?
Yeah, he
He's all
cheerleads
in.
for the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
right?
He does.
He
He's
gets
all
more
in.
nervous, I think, watching, he says it's more nerve-wracking watching cheerleading than certainly coaching basketball, yeah.
Well, let's talk about yesterday, I think was the day you all won. Was it Saturday?
Saturday, yes.
So you kind of capped off a huge weekend for Madison Central with the football team winning the championship Friday, and then you all doing the same thing on Saturday.
Absolutely. First, I would give props to those ladies because they do take a lot of pride in cheering for the Indians. You know, we try to cheer every game, home and away, boys and girls. These young ladies cheer football and basketball, and so we travel. And most of the time, they're raising spirit in the stands for our fans, but they're true athletes on the competition mat. And so Saturday was the beginning of our competitive season, kicking off with the KHSAA sectional now. So 2 regions combined, regions
Okay.
11 and 12. So we didn't just have to compete with the 11th region schools, we had to take on the 12th region schools.
Well, we had some people asking us. We put our
Yeah.
post up, and it said 11 and 12
Right.
champions on there, and people were asking us, how do you win,
Which
too? Well, that
region is
explains
it?
it. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they combined regions. It's the first year the KHSAA has combined 2 regions, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and so on. And so it was regions 11 and 12 this time. So we didn't just have all the Lexington schools and Frankfurt and our typical 11th region schools. We had like Pulaski and
Yeah.
Mercer and all those
Right.
good schools, yeah.
Now, in cheerleading, do you scout? I mean, is there any scouting of the competition, or is it just go out there and do your thing? How does that
Oh
work?
no, you really work hard to keep your choreography separate, and of course, you focus on I focus on what our kids can do and do well, and but there's a fine art to where cheer has gone. It's you have to be not just great jumpers and tumblers and stunters. I think the stunning is just a whole different slant, and it's a lot of training and a lot of time and energy and effort go into preparing those young ladies for the skills that they do. And oftentimes the sad thing about it is our fans in the stands never get to see girls perform those skills because it's too dangerous to do without a matted system. So they're real athletes, yeah.
Now, I was going to ask you about that. Is there any way in cheerleading, I know in basketball you can practice free throws, you can practice three-point shooting. I tried to do all that, never got good at it, but there is a way to get better at it. Is there a way to become a better, flipper? I know flipper's not the right word, but to do the stunts that you all tumbler. Is there a way to get better at that?
Oh, absolutely. These girls practice 6 days a week.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
6 days.
Yeah.
That was more than you.
Yeah, I only practiced 2.
They are really in the gym 6 days a week.
Yes,
I believe it.
They really are. And so we have a staff of professionals that kind of come in and keep them safe. We have a tumbling coach and choreographers and stunt people that come in and help train. Obviously I head up the program, but I'm not all always the true professional, the only one in there. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that come in and work with our girls to get them ready to compete at the state and national level.
Now, you guys are getting ready to go to Tennessee for a competition?
Right. Our next competitive event would be to qualify for the national cheer competition in Orlando in February, but we'll do that by competing in a regional, UCA regional competition in Gatlinburg, December 1. And then the KHSAA state championships follow on December 8th.
Oh, so back to back.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that'll be fun.
We got a lot ahead of us with basketball starting and football carrying on.
Yeah.
So these ladies are burning it at both ends. You know.
Absolutely.
Now, and you all have a lot of fundraisers throughout the year
We
to
do.
kind of help pay for all the events that you have to go to, right?
Well, I think, that it's a 3-part program is what I always say. And we're blessed to have terrific kids and terrific athletes. And, our coaches work really hard. And I'm very supported by our faculty and staff at Madison Central. But it's our parents who are pitching and bailing behind the scenes and make it all possible. And they work really super hard in trying to make it feasible for the girls to be able to travel and do those things. So, yes, we have a lot of fundraisers in place throughout the year.
Getting ready for poinsettias,
That's
probably, right?
It's Christmas season, so we sell those poinsettias.
Well, if somebody's interested in buying one of those, what's the best way to do so?
Well, obviously, they can always call Madison Central and ask for myself, or they can, contact one of our 18 girls. And, if they look on Facebook, a lot of parents I noticed have posted, I have to sell so many, or we're trying to sell so many. So, but if they really don't know a cheerleader, then they can always call me.
Okay.
Now, how many seniors do you have this year?
I have 3. I have 3
seniors.
veteran seniors who have cheered all 4 years at Madison Central High School. Gonna be a sad day and a big loss because they are so spirited and so much fun, and they love. They're very passionate about.
That's important. I mean, no matter what it is, if you're passionate about it, it just makes it more fun and more enjoyable for everybody that's around you.
And so they're making it really fun for my younger girls, and they've been great mentors and role models. So that's exciting.
Well, that's awesome, Coach. Well, good luck in the competitions.
Now, where's the state
Congratulations.
competition?
Yeah, that was my next question, too. We got to get that.
The state competition is at Alltech Arena at the Horse Park.
Okay.
Yes.
So
There's got a big crowd there to cheer on the cheerleaders.
Now,
Absolutely.
how can people get more into it? If they have a question, I'm obviously calling you or calling some of the parents. Is there a way to kind of get involved with some more of the fundraisers, or do you all need help with some of the fundraisers going into next year? I know we're kind of looking ahead, but is there a good way that folks might be able to get involved for next season as well?
Well, our big things is obviously that we do the athletic program, the basketball athletic program. So our parents have been out selling ads, and some of those are personal ads, and some of them are local business ads, and so we really generate a great deal of support there. And then the poinsettias, those are the 2 big things, the big heavy fundraisers that we depend on, and kind of say those are the 2 things that'll get us to nationals.
Right.
And we push those hard.
I'll definitely be reaching out to Jamie Hahn to get me one of those. Then. Listen, I was talking to Jamie over the weekend because, obviously Ethan had the big night Friday night, and then she's got the cheerleading competition on Saturday.
They were busy both days.
Well, we were back home this weekend, and my mom, I guess she claims to be a former cheerleader. She was cheering with our daughter, who's 19 months old. She had the pom-poms going.
Yes.
So I sent the video to Jamie, and I said, listen, because she was asking, she's like, you got to go out and cover cheerleading too, because, but I said, I have nothing about cheerleading. So I said, in the future, if Reagan was to become a cheerleader, I'm going to have to come to her for some advice as to what to do during the competitions and stuff. Because I have no, like I said,
you better hope Miss
when it comes to that,
still
she can help
the
me out a little
coach.
bit. Okay,
Well,
there we go.
if I'm still there when your child's there,
She's
something's
won.
gone tragically wrong.
Yeah, she's almost
Something
two.
has
so.
gone tragically wrong.
Well, congratulations on the big win this weekend.
you.
And
Thank
whenever we
you.
figure out how far we're going, we'll continue to have you all on and support Madison Central cheerleading. So.
And next time we'll bring in some of the cheerleaders
Yeah.
too. Maybe the
Absolutely. They would
seniors
be
can come
honored.
on, and
Yes.
that would be really cool.
They would be
Well,
honored.
we're excited. Well, when we
Thank
can
you for
actually
having me.
show, I know we're not allowed to video off the the computer at home when you guys go to nationals, but we'll. I know I did.
See what we can do.
See, I
Samantha
did it
got in
because
trouble last
I
year.
got in trouble. I get so excited. I'm
Yeah.
like, we gotta post it. They did so
yes.
good.
Yes,
I know.
it's exciting.
I know.
So.
So we'll have a parent share
Yes,
the videos because I know it's
absolutely.
like she said, it's a little secretive. They don't want to spread out all the stunts and all the
Yeah.
tumbling and all the secrets that they do because these girls can.
After we get past state,
Yeah,
locally.
it's not really
fine.
secret
Yeah,
anymore.
because right now we're still dealing, with people in Kentucky. So
Trying to-
everybody's trying
yeah.
to one up. you
One
know.
up each other. That's right.
Well, good luck,
The
and
game.
hopefully we can celebrate on another national. That'd be kind of cool, right?
Oh, that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Well,
we have
congratulations
fun
once
run.
again. Good luck, and hope you all have a good Thanksgiving as well.
Thank you. You too.
We are
Enjoy.
live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. I want to say thank you to all of our great sponsors. At Jack Burford Chevrolet, guys, it's a Black Friday deal. Huge deal going on this Friday. They got all the black vehicles out here on the front lot, so come out here and check them out. And for all the prices, you can go to jackburford.com and find out more details as well. Served up by Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll be back in a moment, live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. When we come back, John Bentley and a kid that thinks he's good at NBA 2K will join us back in a moment on the Wallingford Sports Show.
Make sure to visit jackburford.com and be sure to like Jack Burford Chevrolet on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel. We load great, fresh, informational content daily about our great new and certified pre-owned vehicles. We also load great content about our great service specials to keep your vehicle running for many years to come. Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond.
Ponchels in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt, Izod, Lee jeans, and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the big selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchels carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and New Balance for the little ones. The same great staff, same great personalized service always at Honchels on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website kingbrotherscars.com to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. New GM Tommy Barton welcomes you to the new atmosphere and new specials. Get the $5 game day menu all day, every day, which includes burgers and fries, brats and fries, or order a game day pitcher of beer, all for only $5. Don't forget about the buy one, get one boneless wings deal on Tuesday and 65-cent boneless wings on Thursday. And ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food at Buffalo Wild Wings in Richmond.
Live back on the Wallingford Sports Show. Glad to have you tuned in. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins, live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. Guys, we're also served up by Buffalo Wild Wings. Don't forget, after the show, we're going to post our coupon again, Buffalo Wild Wings coupon. If you go over there, show them our coupon for the Wallingford Sports Show. You get 15% off your entire purchase. It excludes alcohol, and it's only good at the Richmond Buffalo Wild Wings. Don't forget, this Friday, on Black Friday, we're going to have the pay-per-view of Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. You can watch that over at Buffalo Wild Wings. And the West 6 Brewery Craft Tap Takeover will be next week. If you buy one of those beers, they'll give you 10% off the bill. That excludes alcohol as well over at Buffalo Wild Wings here in Richmond. Samantha, we are joined by John Bentley, my good buddy John Bentley, the head coach at Estill County, and Joe Benton. Wait, junior now, Joe? Getting old, man. Getting old. Coach, you pretty much just returned Joe from last year's team. I know you got a couple of freshmen that played some sporadic minutes for you last year, but you lose four seniors that were tremendous for you guys. You had to transfer, go back to Breathitt County. But just talk about coming into this season, the losses that you guys had, because, I mean, you had, 90% of your minutes now no longer on the team maybe?
Right, yeah. Losing four seniors like that, they were incredible. Very instrumental in our run, obviously, last year. But what we have returning, we're going to have 6, 7 guys step in for those four seniors that we lost and try to, fill in the production. You're not going to be able to replace Caleb Bonney with one player. You're not going to be able to replace Andrew Doty with one player. But what we have coming back, we're going to be a sophomore laden team, obviously with Joe at the helm, guiding us and stuff. But with Dylan Long, it's probably be the next kid who's the most experienced, 6'3" sophomore, good body, kind of stretch forward, can step out. He's got real good footwork. Kobe Click and Camden Powell, Will Isford, they're still kind of unknown. The jury's kind of still out for them, as far as their production. They didn't have much of an opportunity last year because of what was in front of them. But right now I've got the best point guard in the 14th region, and in my opinion, one of the best in the state of Kentucky. We've got a lot of confidence in Joe, and he's been in the system since he was in the 7th grade, and he's got a lot of experience. He's played in a lot of big games. He's battle tested, and he's fought through a lot of injuries too, and a lot of last year he had his knees were he had Osgood slaughters, and he's grown about 3.5 or 4 inches.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to see him, and they're going to realize, wow, that's why his knees were. That's why he looked like an older man out there trying to
trying
to play.
You can
games.
tell he's taller just walking in today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Compared to
that,
the last time
that just
we
has
saw
an
him.
impact on anybody, especially
Right.
at that age. And he's been battling back spasms now for a little over a week, and hopefully in the next few days, when we start, a week from tomorrow, when we open up our first home game against Jackson County, the Generals come to town. Hopefully he'll be at full go, and we still got a few other people that are nicked and banged up. But I'd say a lot of teams do, because right now kind of still in the dog days, and some teams have already had one scrimmage, and you're going to get nicked and banged up in practice, and you want to go hard in practice. You can't worry about getting injured.
They got to be in shape.
Absolutely. So your body's going to be broken down a little bit, but as a coach, I've learned over the years to really kind of gauge and maybe take a day or two off before the game, and not go as hard in practice. And over the holidays, it's not a bad thing if you take 2 days off.
Yeah.
So.
Now, are you guys going to do any tournaments over the holidays this year?
Yes, we're going to Bath County for our post-Christmas tournament over at, I think it's called the Dan Schwartz Classic. We'll play 3 games over there. And then beforehand, we'll have 2 games at Round County. We'll play West Carter one night, and then we'll play Clark County the next night.
Wow.
And GRCs, they're tough. I mean, you got a pretty tough schedule. I was looking at it. I know last year you brought in Pulaski County, who was, top 10 in the state at the time. It was a huge win for your program. Now you got GRC on the schedule this year, who I think is top 7 or 8 in the state going into the season. Whenever you have a young team like this with not much experience, what do you look for early in the season from those guys?
Well, that's a great question. It just comes down to production. You got to find out who's going to produce, and obviously we're trying to find our identity, as pretty much all teams are to a degree. But for us, it's a bigger degree, But guys, I've got to be able to trust guys.
Yeah.
And right now in practice, the few amount of reps that we're getting outside of the drills we're doing. That's one thing you look for, and right now it's hard outside of our top 5 or 6 players to really find that right now, because they either have no experience at all or they're very young.
Yeah. So. Which games are you most looking forward to? Is there anybody that you're like, oh, I dread this, or oh, I'm excited about this
Not one bit. I look forward to tomorrow's practice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow's practice is just, with this group especially, there's no point in circling Pulaski County or circling Owsley County or circling Hazard or on senior night, the last game of the year.
Game by game.
We just we definitely can't look ahead with this team, but any team for that matter. But Jackson County, to answer your question, Jackson County
first game
on Tuesday, week from tomorrow.
Before we get to Joe, obviously when you came in the door, no teammate of yours, Austin Newton over at EKU, you guys will renew that rivalry with each other when you play in the second game of the year. Talk about how basketball just kind of, it's weird how it works out that way, that you all played college basketball together, and now you get to coach against one another.
Yeah, when he got that Madison Southern job and they hired him, I had talked to their principal before, and I told him what kind of person Austin was and stuff, and
so you lied about him.
I wasn't shocked at all.
No worries, that.
You won't find a better one than Austin Newton. He's a great person, and he's got He walked on 4 years for Travis Ford, and I don't know, a lot of people, man, I realize how hard it is to play for him. He was very, very,
difficult.
very demanding. And, when you're a walk-on at that time for 4 years and you're able to do that, I mean, that says an incredible amount about his character and what he had to go through. And he also went up for 2 years at UMass to coach with Coach Ford and as a GA, and that only made him harder and solidified his reputation even more. But he's got a heck of a basketball mind. The guy knows what he's doing, and I'm just glad he got his shot. Glad somebody put some value into him, put some faith into him, and But when we go at it here next week, it's going to be interesting. I don't know how I just I adore him so much as a friend. He's such a great person, and looking over there before it gets tipped up, it's going to be really odd because I've never had to look over at somebody like that, and I think of him as my brother. So.
But I'm assuming both of you know that what you do on the court is one thing, but after the game,
it's all business on the court. After the game, we be buddies again.
That's right.
You got to be realistic about it. Some people sometimes may hold a grudge for whatnot, and I like that. I like the fact you're competitive, but there's more important things in life than basketball.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, let's talk to you. Obviously, this year you come in different kind of role than you had last year. You were you were still kind of leaned upon to kind of be the 3-point shooter, but you had Caleb Bonney, you had the Doty twins that you could throw the ball down to. Now this year coming in, it's going to be a lot on your shoulders to kind of take a different role. How have you prepared this offseason to do just that?
Well, I've gotten a lot stronger. We had a weightlifting class, 5th period, and that helped me a lot. I still he wants me to shoot more, but I never really have. So, I'll either take bad shots or just got to figure out what are the shots I need to take.
What's a good shot and what's a bad shot? Yeah. Well, that kind of comes with the territory of kind of learning a new role as you kind of take over the main offensive role. Talk about the leadership that Caleb Bonney was able to give to you last year. I know watching you guys play, it seemed like you two were on a different level connecting throughout the game. You knew where he was going to be. He knew where you was going to be. Talk about what maybe he was able to teach you, now you stepping into kind of his role on the team.
Probably where we just played so long together. Bonnie, he didn't really talk, he's not vocal.
He just showed it on the court, his emotions and stuff, yeah.
He leads by an example, how hard he goes and stuff. So I've always, in practice, I always learned where he's going to be, and he knew where I was going to be, so it just kind of worked out.
These young guys you guys are bringing in, a little bit more athleticism than I think the team you had last year because, Camden Powell's long and athletic. So is Kobe Click. So is Isford. Those guys, they hustle a lot too, which I feel like last year you guys played at the slower pace because of the team you had, not much depth. This year, maybe a little bit more guys you can sprinkle in as far as that goes. Will you kind of take the beginning of the season, maybe kind of get those guys involved more and then see what you need to do throughout the game?
Yeah, I'm not going to – that's just who I am. That's how I play. I'll continue to play like that, but I will – if I need to score, I'm going to try to put in the basket for the team. Just going to do whatever's best for the team pretty much.
Well, Coach, if you need somebody to come out there and talk some trash, rough him up a little bit, I can come out of retirement. I ain't played in 6 or 7 months, but if you need somebody to come out there and get in his face – I'm ready, okay? Just let me know. I'll put the snare. They're in the closet.
I've never heard that about you. I never knew.
Well, let's talk about the district. Obviously, we know about Lee and Owsley County. They've had a rough 3 or 4 or even longer than that stretch of just not being where you and Powell County are. As you guys go into the season this year, let's talk about the district and the region as a whole. Who would you expect to give you the most competition in the district and the same for the region?
Well, I had the liberty of watching Owsley County in our classic. We had our Citizens Guaranty Bank Classic this past Saturday, and it was a bunch of Panorama preseason games, and they played in one of them, and I was able to watch most of their game, and so I came away. I was very impressed with Owsley County. They played extremely hard, and their kids are a year older, and they didn't graduate anybody. And the kid that I forgot his first name, his name's Sebastian is his last name. He's really nice. He had a couple real nice threes. He was taking it to the hole. He was he was finishing. He's long. He's very rangy. So he'll be probably one of the surprise players in our district, if not in the region. But outside of, I didn't get to watch Lee County. I know they returned some experience, and they got everybody back, and they were young last year too. And they always shoot the ball. They're always a threat from the perimeter, deep from the perimeter to shoot the ball. But with Powell County, they've got Deshaun Williams coming back, Bryce Merriam, Chimobi Creed. And they're going to. It's going to be probably a 3 or 4 team race this year. I think there's going to be a little bit more balance this year than there has been in a while because the last 8 years it's been Powell and Estill in the district final, and this will be the year that if we don't do what we're supposed to do, they could very easily be Owsley or Lee County playing for or both of them.
Yeah,
I've seen stranger things happen. So, but we just got to take care of our business in our end. And as far as the region goes, I don't know about Cordia. Last I heard, they were a school. They weren't a school. They were a school. They weren't a school. I can keep going, but outside of that, I've heard Frazier that played at Cordia last year. I'm sure y'all remembered him. He fouled out late in the game against us in the semifinals. That he has enrolled at Perry. Outside of Knott County, still would be the perennial favorite.
Don't talk about Knott County. I learned my lesson doing that. So.
Okay.
Yeah. We can't say anything about Knott County Central getting a new player. We're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yeah. But no, I know Breathitt County, John Noble up there. They've got a lot coming back this year as well. So it seems like the region as a whole will be more difficult this year, whereas last year, there might have been 3 teams with you, Knott, and Perry at the top of it, and Cordy in there as well. But now it seems like, Hazard's going to be a lot better than they were last year. Perry with a new player coming in. Knott's right there every single year. And then Breathitt, it'll be interesting to see how they sprinkle some things in, because what I've heard from up there is a couple of new guys that have come out for the team, obviously JT going back up there, and they'll just have more depth than they had last year, and another year under John Noble, so they'll be a tougher team as well.
Right, yeah. Well, Jalen Talby, he's outside of Joe, he's probably the next best point guard in the region.
He's kin to me too.
And he's a good one. Yeah,
so I think he's second or third cousin. So
Jalen's a good one.
He's one of those quiet guys too. Him and Joe are kind of a lot alike.
After the game, though, you're like, he was out there. But he had 10 deflections and 14 points and 9 rebounds and 4 or 5 assists, and you're just like, boom, there you go.
Yeah.
He's a winner. Talby's a winner. And, Stacy, I don't know how healthy he'll be, if he's gotten over the condition he had with his, I guess it was his heart or something.
Yeah. He had came back for, I know, the Breathitt Estill football game, but I don't think he got to play much during football season. But I think he is medically cleared, which just adds another body for him to throw out there.
That guy knows how to play. Yeah. He's got great hands. He's got great feet. He can rebound the ball. He doesn't turn it over. You can plug him in anywhere. Anywhere, and that guy can play. And, like I said, with Talby, and then you add Kyle Fraley in.
Yeah.
That guy's just going to score. And, Fugit really came on last year. I thought he was one of the surprise players in the region. He just really flew under the radar. He can make shots. He's got a good handle. He's smart. But, add all those players, and you add, John Noble. Just he's an incredible basketball coach, incredible mind. He works his kids real tough. And by the end of the year, they will be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the region vying for a region championship.
Estill County opens the season at home versus Jackson County, is that right? Yes. And then the following Friday they'll play Madison Southern. On that Friday night at Estill County, we'll be there for that game on WBON TV. We'll take a short commercial break, guys, live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. When we come back, we'll talk to the head man at Madison Southern and a couple of players on the show as well. Don't go anywhere. Live at Jack Burford Chevrolet, this is the Wallingford Sports Show. Perfect.
When choosing your next vehicle,
make sure to visit
JackBurford.com
and be sure to like Jack Burford Chevrolet on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel. We load great, fresh, informational content daily about our great new and certified pre-owned vehicles. We also load great content about our great service specials to keep your vehicle running for many years to come. Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond.
Ponchos in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt Eyeside Lee jeans and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the big selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchos carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and New Balance for the little ones. The same great staff, same great personalized service always at Honchos on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website, kingbrotherscars.com, to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. New GM Tommy Barton welcomes you to the new atmosphere and new specials. Get the $5 game day menu all day, every day, which includes burgers and fries, brats and fries, or order a game day pitcher of beer, all for only $5. Don't forget about the buy one, get one boneless wings deal on Tuesday and 65-cent boneless wings on Thursday. And ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food at Buffalo Wild Wings in Richmond.
Well, welcome back into the Wallingford Sports Show, live at Jack Burford Chevrolet and Samantha Burford. Glad to have in Austin Newton, Trent Marbley. Is that right, or am I saying Michael? Which one are we calling you? Trent's fine? Okay. And then we got Josh Reynolds is with us as well, live here at JBC. Samantha, Black Friday deals going on at Jack Burford Chevrolet. You can check out their website, jackburford.com, to see all the details and what's going on over here. And we're also served up by Buffalo Wild Wings. Don't forget about the 15% off if you go in and show them the WBON TV coupon that we've got on our Facebook page. You get 15% off your entire purchase. That does not include alcohol, and give you a pretty good deal over there. Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's delicious food.
It is. You got $5 brats and fries. You got $5 burgers and fries. All kinds of good deals going on over at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Makes
and don't
us hungry.
forget, coming up this Friday, I'm not a big golf fan, but if you are, probably a lot of people are going to be watching the Tiger Woods Phil Mickelson little match, one-on-one matchup.
Yep.
So we'll have that over there at Buffalo Wild Wings coming up this Friday.
Yeah. So just come in, eat. You can watch it on all their TVs.
Yeah, and then you can take a breakfast from turkey.
Absolutely. I think people will be tired of turkey by Friday.
I'm already
right?
I had it yesterday, and I'm already tired of it. So, well, Coach, welcome into the show.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
It's your second time on with us. I know whenever you first took over as coach, we came on with us over at Vapor Sticks, but glad to have you on. Just kind of give us an idea of how the summer's gone, and I know you guys had the Exciting Night Friday night as well, so kind of give us an update on how everything's
pictures,
going.
Right? You had your team
we had picture
pictures.
day.
Yeah.
So,
Wayne sent me a picture of himself.
We got Wayne in a suit
I
for
saw
picture
that.
day.
That was pretty nice.
First
was
time
so
in his life he's
excited.
ever worn a tie.
Yep.
And first time he's
Orange.
worn a jacket in 6 years. So we were happy to see Wayne all dressed up.
Yes,
Well,
I have
he's a weightlifting expert. How big of a jacket did you have to get him for those muscles?
He told me he needed at least 30 minutes to get his shirt and tie on.
I
what he
believe
told me.
it.
I don't know what
believe
he's
it.
doing, but
That's how long Randy takes in the bathroom.
We got it.
He is definitely your number one fan, for sure.
He's the best. But this summer, to be quite honest, we didn't have the best summer in the world, and I think it was an adjustment period that they were getting used to me. I was getting used to them. We're trying to develop a culture, trying to implement a new system and things. We didn't win a lot of games, to be quite honest with you. It was a rough summer. After the dead period, we came back with a new mindset, and we knew that we had to get mentally and physically tougher. And I think we've done that, and these two guys right here that are with me are 100% bought into what we're doing. So my man Trent here has lost 25 pounds, and he is a skilled big guy that can shoot and pass it. And my man Josh Reynolds here hasn't played a lot of varsity in his time, but this summer we filmed a lot of our summer league games, and every time I watched the film, he was just all over the place, offensively and defensively, and he's just a kid that I can't keep off the floor. And it's just not these two guys. It's a group of a bunch of guys that are really bought into what we're doing.
Well, I know last year in the first game of the year, he comes out hitting three-pointers, bringing Kozart away from the basket, and I'm like, okay, we might have something here.
Yeah.
And with Josh, I know you got to have one of those guys that's just scrappy, and it seemed like he was really good at playing that role last year. So excited to see these guys get back out there. You guys open up the season with Central. That's always a big game. It's a tough game every single
rivalry.
year. But I feel like it's a good thing to have that game early in the season, kind of see what it's all about, because to me, if you've got that big of a game as far as the in-county rivalry, if you play it in the middle of December, it seems like the games before that, you're looking ahead to that.
Sure.
So sometimes, I guess everybody's got a different opinion, but to me that felt like that was a good one to go ahead and get it out of the way, focus on the rest of the season. What's your take on that matchup?
Yeah, I see both sides of it. I mean, I understand it's a good way to kick off the season, but I've also done a little research, and I think the game's been going on for over 20 years. First game of the year, and Southern's won maybe one time. So
yeah, that's rough too.
Yeah, and I'm the type of guy that I like to, maybe play 4 or 5 games before that rivalry. Yeah. I think, you're still going to get a good crowd no matter when you play the games. But, I mean, you got to be careful what you wish for, because the Central, over many years, they always get better as the year goes on. So I'm not opposed to keeping it the first game, but I'd also like to take a look and see if we can maybe push it back to the 4th or 5th game and still get a good crowd.
Now, are you guys going to have any type of scrimmage this week with another team or no?
We actually have 2 scrimmages coming up. Tomorrow we're going to play Pulaski County. And then
that won't be easy either.
Yeah,
They won 22 games last year. They're still playing football, so they got a couple guys that they're missing. And then Saturday we're going to go down to Mercer County and scrimmage them.
Yeah. So what team over the entire season, you got your schedule out, which teams are you looking most forward to playing?
I think we're just ready to play somebody other than ourselves.
Yeah.
I was looking at the schedule today. I didn't realize this, but 13 of our first 15 games are away from our gym. So we're on the road a lot before the new year. Yeah, so it's going to be challenging, but we believe in what we're doing. So our season's much bigger than our first game at Central. It's much bigger than the first 5 games. Like, we are developing a culture, style of play, and a team that hopefully come January, February will be tough to deal with.
So you said early on it was a struggle, them getting to know you, you getting to know them. Do you feel like over this fall it's progressed as you wanted it to?
I do, and I've been away from high school for so long. I really don't know what to expect, so I'm excited about tomorrow to play somebody other than ourselves in a setting where we actually know what's going on now. In the summertime, we were just kind of winging it. I was trying to put some stuff in, and we didn't know what was going on. I feel pretty good about what we got going, but I don't know what that translates to as far as wins early on and what to expect, but I'm excited. These guys have been working extremely hard. I mean, they're doing things that they've never done before in their lives, and they're starting to see some of the benefits of the work that they put in, which is exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Let's talk to some of the players. We got Josh Reynolds, Trent Mobley here. Josh, talk about the transition from Coach Buttrey now to Coach Newton. Obviously, going into your senior year, I experienced that it's a lot harder, and I actually had to go through it every single year of high school. But having to switch coaches going into your senior year, what have you been able to take from Coach Buttrey, and now with Coach Newton here, what have you learned from him in that transition?
It was pretty difficult at first just because I was expecting to play for him. So that was a lot was going from that. But he did teach me a lot of leadership things. So then when Newton came in, and he was looking at me for that because that's what a senior needs to do. So as soon as that happened, and then especially with what we got going on, the whole thing of working hard and just putting all your effort on the court, it's definitely going to work out. And I like having Newton here. He pushes me.
What have you learned in the first couple of weeks of practice? I know you started, October 15th, I guess, is the first official practice. So you've had a couple of weeks now under Coach Newton as far as getting ready for the season. What's been the biggest difference between what you guys did last year coming into this season?
It's quicker paced. It's a lot more stricter, but it's more structured. So we get everything done quick. We know what we're doing. Go out there and we just work hard, and it's real quick and hard, like the whole practice.
Well, don't look at him. I want to ask you this question, okay? Has he shot any? Have you seen him shoot? I've heard he was a good shooter back in the day. Is he still a pretty good shooter? Okay. I just wanted to confirm. I didn't want him to kind of look at you and give you a bad look if you said the wrong thing or not. So, well, you guys got the first game against Madison Central. This will be your 4th year, I think, going into that rivalry now. What do you like about that matchup with Madison Central?
I mean, every year I get excited to play them because that's the big game. And they're always we're always the underdogs, it seems like. So I
like that myself. I like being the underdog.
I like it too.
I like it. I want to have an opportunity to beat them. They're a really good team, so I just want to see what happens. I'm just really excited about it.
Well, let's bring Trent on over here and talk to him. If you want to pass your headset over to him. Trent, I know I've got to know you pretty well as the last year kind of developed and now going into this season. When Coach Newton came in, he's talked about you working hard this offseason, losing the weight. My biggest question is, how do you lose that weight? Because I've seen you over at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Tell me,
how do you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I honestly don't know how it happened.
A lot of running?
I mean, we ran a lot. We got in shape, but to be honest with you, it just started shedding. I don't know. Started getting older. I got my diet down a little bit.
Well, let's talk about
eating healthier.
Yeah, that's see, I can't do that. I mean, I gotta have my pizza and my Buffalo Wild Wings, and I mean that's my issue.
Okay, moderation.
But it tastes so good; it's hard to put it down.
Does,
if you order 8
wings,
you can't just eat 7 of them.
Not if you want to look like this.
I want to shoot like this because this kid can shoot too.
Yep, and he's going to be going up against Kozart.
Exactly. So that's one thing I wanted to ask you. How do you? As a big man, is that something that you wanted to work on? I mean, because big guys, normally you see them down in the post, but nowadays it seems like with the modern NBA, you've got the big guy that's more of a stretch-the-floor three-point shooter. Is this something that you've always wanted to be or that you just started working on last year?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Middle school, I couldn't shoot a lick. I think I made one three-pointer.
He's honest.
I made one three-pointer all middle school. And coming freshman year, I just started shooting and working on it and eventually developed, and now I'm just confident that I can shoot it in every time I shoot it.
See, I couldn't shoot in middle school. I couldn't shoot in high school. I couldn't shoot when I played intramurals at Eastern, and I still can't shoot. So whatever you did worked. You definitely don't want me to teach you how to shoot.
He got kicked out of coaching. So
I don't believe that.
Listen here. We can't be spreading those. That is true.
It's not a
but
rumor. It's true.
It is true, but you can't be telling everybody that.
Middle school.
But let's talk about the transition. Obviously, you guys last year had a rough year. Still had in the region. Now going into a new season with a new coach. What has been the biggest transition for you as a player?
To be honest with you, for me, just like learning new plays, learning what's going on. I'm in way better shape. That's a big thing. So I'll be able to execute better in the long run in the game, fourth quarter and stuff. And we're always working. Ain't no off days,
That's the big thing. If you guys are working hard, I feel like eventually you'll see the benefits from all that.
And hopefully this season.
Exactly. And so you're a junior. You got Josh. Am I saying that right? Yeah. For some reason, I looked at him like I said his name wrong, but okay. So you got him as a senior. Talk about your team. I mean, you got a lot of guys that you brought back. I think you only graduated a couple of guys, and you had Turner transfer. But for the most part, you guys bring everybody back. Do you think that will help you guys as you go throughout the season?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Last year, first year of varsity, it was kind of iffy and stuff. But this year, we got me, Hunter, and Chad.
Got some good pieces there.
Yeah, played a lot of varsity last year. Josh coming in, I think will be pretty good. We get Joseph to develop, he'll help out a little bit in the mix. But I think we're.
Is there anybody on the schedule you guys are really looking forward to playing?
I'm always looking forward to the first game.
Yeah.
It's always, but even if we lose the first game, we got 29, 30 more games to worry about. And all that matters is February, to be honest with you, tournament.
That is true. Now, that game can get a little heated beforehand on Twitter, right? I mean,
we got to be quiet.
The Twitter stuff, man.
But you guys know. I mean, I'm sure Coach teaches you got to stay off Twitter, that kind of stuff. You let the fans do it.
Yeah,
well, Coach, that's one thing I wanted to ask you, too. Yeah. Nowadays, I guess so you were a coach before, you didn't have to worry about Twitter and Facebook and everything.
Yeah, I wasn't around.
Now you have to not only coach them on the basketball court, you have to teach them about the social media aspect of life too, right?
Yeah, and I probably spend more time on social media than anybody, and that's a fault of mine. But
you have great posts.
Yeah,
I tell these guys today was really good.
Yeah, I tell these guys you can use social media to promote yourself, to promote your program, to promote your family. Like it can.
And you're promoting them,
right?
You're always posting. They're in the gym. Look how hard they're working.
Tool for you and your team, but if you use it in a negative way, and it only takes one time, I mean, one wrong post or one wrong tweet, you can't take it off. It's there forever. So you got to be careful with what you put out there.
Well, guys, you open up the season on Tuesday versus Madison Central. Then on Friday, you play John Bentley in Estill County. Both those games will be live on WBONTV.com.
No pressure.
But real quick, let's talk about your relationship with Bentley. I know you guys go way back to EKU, playing with him there, and now you kind of get to renew that rivalry on the basketball court. Talk about kind of how, I asked him the same question, just how awesome basketball is to bring you guys kind of back together in a different way than you were before.
Yeah. Well, it brought us together almost 20 years ago when I met him at EKU and we played together, and he's been a great friend of mine, and I think I've told you guys before, like, the only thing he ever wanted to do in his life was go to the state tournament and as a Kentucky high school basketball coach. And last year when he did it, it was just phenomenal for him. We actually played him this summer over at our place. So we've competed a little bit as coaches, and we beat him. That was one of our few wins. So I know that he's going to be ready. It's at their place, so it's going to be a tough game. He's going to have those guys ready to roll, and it's going to be a tough. But Bentley's one of my best friends in the world, and he's done a great job at Estill County. There's no doubt about it. And it'll be bittersweet going against them. And, I mean, we'll be friends before, and then we'll compete, and then we'll be best friends after. So,
well, good luck, guys. Again, you guys have a tough game on Tuesday. We'll be there on that one. Tough game on Friday. You can watch both those games live on WBON-TV. That is the new head coach at Madison Southern, Austin Newton, Trent Momberly, and Josh Reynolds as they get set for their upcoming basketball season. Good luck, guys, and look forward to covering you guys as the season goes along.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it.
Samantha, when we come back, Mark Centers is in the building.
He's in the house.
Madison Central won their first ever regional championship. 2 days. My voice is finally starting to come back as we get ready for the Scott.
I'm sure your wife's sad about that.
She actually was a little bit happy this weekend. Maybe that was why I didn't understand why she was more happy this weekend. Yeah. But we come back, we'll talk to Coach and get his thoughts on the upcoming game versus Scott County. Folks, don't go anywhere. Live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. This is the Wallingford Show.
Make sure to visit jackburford.com and be sure to like Jack Burford Chevrolet on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel. We load great, fresh, informational content daily about our great new and certified pre-owned vehicles. We also load great content about our great service specials to keep your vehicle running for many years to come. Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond.
Ponchos in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt eyeside Lee jeans and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the big selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchos carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and New Balance for the little ones. The same great staff, same great personalized service always at Honchos on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website kingbrotherscars.com to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family-owned and time-tested since 1966.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. New GM Tommy Barton welcomes you to the new atmosphere and new specials. Get the $5 game day menu all day, every day, which includes burgers and fries, brats and fries, or order a game day pitcher of beer, all for only $5. Don't forget about the buy one, get one boneless wings deal on Tuesday and 65-cent boneless wings on Thursday. And ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food at Buffalo Wild Wings in Richmond. Live at Jack Burford Chevrolet, Michael Watkins, Samantha Burford, and the head coach of the Madison Central Indians. For the first time, we can say this, Samantha, regional champions. Coach, that's got to feel pretty good,
we
right?
need a roar, like a roar.
I don't have much roar to give. I could use it all Friday night.
He did. He was so excited. He was standing up. He was screaming, yelling. We all were screaming and yelling.
Listen, if I could have stormed the field, I would have done. That's how excited I was.
I think if you'd go back and watch the replay, like you probably heard me cussing when the referee
Samantha,
didn't like.
You gonna kick this kicked
when
off
we had the
Facebook.
touchdown, and granted, we did go back and see that it was.
Yeah, well, what did you think during that
incomplete,
play
but
whenever Ethan, we thought, had caught
we
the
thought
touchdown?
he caught it. It was a touchdown.
I was unhappy.
So were we.
I was not a happy guy, but yeah, I mean that's one of those things. They would be replaying that in the NFL, and they still be talking about it 3 days later.
Yeah.
So,
well, Mr. Hahn came over and showed us a picture of it. Somebody had sent it to him.
Oh, yeah?
It was incomplete. They were right.
yeah, one of the Lexington guys had the video clip. I guess it was coming right at him, and he sent it out and was like, "You judge" and stuff. So, it was a bang play, but they got it right. You know that crew is a state championship crew. So we knew early in the week that we were going to be sending that film for them to be evaluated, and while I don't think any coach ever thinks the officials do a great job or whatever, they did a very good job.
That game, I mean, just throughout the entire night, it was so nip and tuck. I mean, one play could have made or not
One
made
kick.
the game. Exactly.
One kick.
Whenever you go back and look at this game, is there one thing that sticks out to you that you'll never forget? This one play, I mean, is the extra point, or, I mean, just a touchdown by Muntz? Is there one play that'll stick out to you most?
Not one play, but the one thing that's going to stick out is the grit and the determination that our guys showed. To me, that just from start to finish, I mean, they're both teams, both kids fighting their heart out, and both teams making plays and not making plays. And the balance between just the joy that we felt and the heartbreak that Connor felt is just very, very thin, and it comes down to inches sometimes. And that's why the coaches are on officials so often and players and stuff, because it can come down to an inch. It can come down to just the smallest detail. So, but the grit and the determination that our kids showed, that to me is the big thing.
Now, I was with you out there right after the game. You were hollering at your team to line up. Now, of course, they were celebrating. They were long gone. It was difficult because they had all the fans and the
that one
students
got
around
out of
them.
hand just a little bit.
It did, but you were kind and very responsible and respectful and went over to the Connor coaches to try to shake their hand. They wanted no part of it.
Well, and I think that probably actually got out of hand too. I got to speak with a couple of their coaches at the end after we were all going in, and
before they got back on the bus.
Before they got back on the bus, and and they said, we were trying to get our kids over out of the way. You guys were having a moment out there. The crowd was rushing the field and all that stuff, and it was just, probably a couple of misunderstandings there along the way. But once everybody was kind of able to say that's what they said, they were just trying to step out of the way and let us have that moment, which I appreciate that. And And we knew that it was going to be a very competitive and a very good game, and those guys played the game well and played it clean, and I wouldn't ever want something like that tomorrow. And I don't think that it did. I think once everybody kind of understood, everybody kind of understood where each other stood, everything was just fine.
Right.
Let's get a quick chance to pull up our Law Office of Patrick O'Neill Facebook poll. We'll have Randy pull that up for us. The question today was, obviously you guys had a big night Friday night. The cheerleading team had another regional championship on Saturday.
I told him this was a bad poll because he's going to make somebody mad.
No, you can't make anybody mad when you're celebrating championships. Our question was, which regional championship are you most excited about? Because you got to be excited about both of them.
Football or cheerleaders.
Exactly. So 82% of the fans voted first time football ever. That was the winner, 82%. Right. 18% voted for cheerleaders win again. And I told Jamie Hahn she could only vote once. So I don't know which one she voted for. But, that's our Law Office of Patrick O'Neill Facebook poll, guys. The Law Office of Patrick O'Neill. I've known him for, I'm almost 30 years old. I'm almost 30 years old. I've known him pretty much my entire life. But if you need some legal advice, call Patrick O'Neill at 606-666-2990. His office is located in Breathitt County, but he serves all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. He was just up here in Richmond a couple of weeks ago helping me out with something. So if you need some legal advice, that is the man to go to.
You're stalking, coach over here.
We're extremely proud of our cheerleaders. We're extremely proud of all the folks that are winning region championships at Central and all the other sports and activities that we've got a lot of people that are having a lot of success because of a lot of hard work. Our band's fantastic. Our drama department just put on a great musical that a couple of David Rhodes and a couple other guys were involved in. David Rhodes was in. There's a lot of successful things going on at Central right now. We're proud of all of them. And, but football, due to the numbers and the kids that we've got on the team, it's going to touch a lot of lives. So hopefully a lot of people are excited about it.
Shout out to the dance team. Got to add them in there too. They just came in runners-up in the region.
Right.
Can I be a part of that?
No.
Well, yes, I like to dance.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it.
Well, Coach,
let's talk about Scott County.
That's what I was getting ready to turn our attention to. We know how good they are. What can you tell us about Scott County?
Well, they're a fantastic team. Coach McKee has been, building that program. I believe it's close to 20 years. I know 18 to 20 years he's been there, and they're a very solid team, and they do what they do very well. They're going to run the wing tee offense, and they're going to do it well. They're going to execute it. They're going to be very base in their defense and be very sound in what they do. They're strong up front. They got a phenomenal young man in Brian Hudson, the tackle on defensive end. He's going to Virginia Tech. He's I think he's going to throw shot put disc as well as play football at Virginia Tech. So he's phenomenal. Got a lot of other really strong players, and their strength is up front. They've got a lot of good players all over the field, but their strength is definitely up front on both offensive and defensive lines, and everything else kind of follows suit from there. It's a very strong running game. A couple of running backs well over 1,000, and they're a very good opponent. And when you get to this time of year. And the 4 teams left in 6A are Trinity and Mayo and Scott County and us. That's pretty good company to be mentioned in, and so we know we're going to have a strong opponent, and we're excited about the opportunity to compete.
As a coach, your program has not been here before. Do you maybe have to kind of reel them back in a little bit, like guys? we're not done yet. I know we've reached the top of the mountain for Madison Central football, but we got to keep going. How do you, as a coach, handle that situation?
Well, I think honestly, I probably said that more today during school than I have any time else.
Because of all the students.
We get to practice today, and our kids are ready to roll. They a good Monday practice, and had a good walk through type practice this afternoon. Defense got some things done, and in a good film session. So our guys, in my opinion, right now anyway, I think that obviously they feel good about what happened, but they also know that we've got another step. It's time to go, and it better be time to go because we need all the time to prepare we can get.
We'll have Randy pull up our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week real quick. Samantha, I struggled with this one this week, because if you look back at this game,
it's the whole team.
It wasn't just the whole team. It was the fans in the stands, the coaching staff,
the cowbells.
Everybody was a part of this win for Madison Central. And
lots
if you look
of defensive stops on that third down.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up. I mean, Ben Snap with the fumble recovery.
Yes.
Galdi with the fumble. Forcing the fumble. Jackson Jewett, another double-digit tackles game.
Yes.
Blake Muntz had 5 catches. I think the most he's had in a game this year.
He
had the touchdown. He had 1 touchdown, but he had the 2-point conversion as well.
Right.
And Freddie Chenault, 2 rushing touchdowns. Ethan Hahn, Derek Miller had a good game running and throwing the football. To me, it was a full team effort. So when I looked at this, I couldn't just pick a player. I couldn't just pick Coach Centers, even though his picture would have looked good on the thing that we do. No. To me, I just gave it to Madison Central football because every single person that was there Friday night, whether you were cheering the team on, whether you were a part of the coaching staff, or whether you were out there on the field giving it everything you've got, everybody that was a part of that win deserved this award. So our King Brothers Used Cars Player of the Week is just Madison Central football for the amazing job and just the atmosphere that was created there Friday night. King Brothers Used Cars, guys, I know we're here at Jack Burford Chevrolet. If you're looking for a new Chevy, we got you hooked up here. At King Brothers Used Cars, they have a tremendous line of used vehicles, whether it be Fords, whatever the case may be. Go over there and check them out at kingbrotherscars.com and see their entire inventory. But, Coach, as you look back on this game Friday night, how can we get that same atmosphere there every Friday?
Well, I think it's something that we're building. I think it's something that has to come. I like the concept. I mentioned last week. We're kind of trying to help people understand that November football is a pretty special thing, and we need that fan support and community support. It's like Kentucky football in a way. You see the huge crowd there for the Georgia game, and then not so much this past weekend on Senior Day. But
Cash Daniels was not happy about it either.
Well,
as always.
And I'm a big believer that coaches take care of coaching and players take care of players playing, and we all have our role to play. And I think that it's important for folks to know just how important it is for these kids to feel that level of support. And you couldn't be in that stadium Friday night and not feel that energy and not feel that level of support. And I think that's what makes football special. Yeah. The outdoor sport, the larger stadiums, all those different pieces, and so many players and others that are touched by the folks that are playing the game and all around it, and it was a very special thing and definitely something that we would like to continue, and we know we have to do our part to put a successful product on the field so that people are excited about football. But it all works together and it all builds together, and I think that as much as anything, we'd all love to see that every night. But the fact of the matter is, it should get more ramped up and the atmosphere should get more intense and more exciting as the season goes along and the deeper in the playoffs you get.
They'll be nervous, they'll be anxious, excited, playing in a collegiate field. How will you contain that and just play? Let's each play by play.
Yeah, just maintain that focus. Again, our process all year long has been 1-0, and just focus on that process of going 1-0 this week, and keep the focus exactly where it needs to be, squarely on that game in Scott County in that moment, and that's been the recipe so far, and it has to continue to be. There's going to be all kinds of those things going on, but I do feel like that in itself is what we have to do. Is just continue the process of trying to focus on going 1-0 and doing exactly what we need to do that particular moment.
And make sure he's not nervous.
It's too late. I'm already nervous. Coach, before we let you go, I've seen people talking about practicing on Thanksgiving and how, it's a big deal. It's a special thing that you can have in your high school career. How will you guys handle Thanksgiving practice?
Well, that's the really cool thing because, there's only 4 6A teams. 4 teams per class are getting an opportunity to practice on Thanksgiving this year, and that's the way it is every year. So it is a special thing. Not everybody gets that opportunity. And so we try to do some things. Our boosters are going to provide. We always have something called win time that we get a lot of our local churches help us with on Thursday nights pregame. So we're going to bump that up a little bit. We'll practice in the morning and get up and have a good sharp practice, and then have a little Thanksgiving brunch for our kids. And it's real special for a lot of our kids, and get to eat with our football family and enjoy our football family, and then send them home to spend Thanksgiving the rest of the day and evening with their home families, and then bring them in on Friday a little bit early, and to try to run off some of that tryptophan a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, because it is a different week. I mean, like you said, it is. You're very good at keeping them on schedule week by week, like you said, and always trying to keep it so that they're not out of balance. And this is an unusual week with the holiday.
Will you get a walkthrough or anything at Georgetown College? Will you get a walkthrough or anything down there?
We'll probably take care of that at home before we go.
Like going up to Eastern, or?
Oh, no.
Just do it up there.
We'll keep our schedule. We'll keep our schedule going. We'll treat it like a normal road game. We'll get a good walkthrough at home before we leave and head up there. And that scene from Hoosiers is coming back to me. That goalpost is still 10 foot off the ground. It's not going to change. That field's still 100 yards long and 52.5 yards wide. So it is what it is. So we're excited about that.
Now everybody's healthy?
Yeah, I mean, we're as healthy as we're going to be this time of year.
Exactly.
So
Can't complain now, right?
That's right. Let's keep rolling.
Keep the flu bug away.
A lot of guys, I don't think you could hold many of our guys off the field. I think it'd take something pretty difficult.
Well, good luck Friday night. We'll be there cheering you guys on. If there's anything we can do for you before then, I'll be glad to do so. Have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll celebrate Thursday and hopefully Friday night as well.
Yeah, I'm liking the Christmas ornaments. We've been talking about Operation Christmas Tree a little bit around the locker room. If we're blessed enough to move on this week, we're probably going to put up a Christmas tree in the locker room. And,
there you go.
And have a little bit of fun with that. But got a little bit of business to attend to on Black Friday.
There you go. Well, guys, we are live at Jack Burford Chevrolet. Don't forget about their Black Friday deals. You can check out jackburford.com for a complete list of that. And don't forget about Buffalo Wild Wings, our serving up sponsor. We are served up by Buffalo Wild Wings. 15% off over at Buffalo Wild Wings. If you mention WBON TV, we're going to post another coupon over on our Facebook page. You can take that over there and get 15% off your entire purchase at Buffalo Wild Wings. This Friday, it's Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. So before you go watch Madison Central win on Friday night, you can go over to Buffalo Wild Wings and take care of that, as well as the West 6 Brewery coming in on this next week. They're going to have Craft Tap take over next week. If you buy one of those beers, they'll give you 10% off the bill, excluding alcohol. Mark Centers and the Indians play Friday night, guys. If you can, go up there and support this team.
Go to the game.
We got another big one coming up this week, and they need your support. They play at Georgetown College, so it's going to be a cool atmosphere for these guys to go out there and play, and should be a good one as Madison Central takes on Scott County for the right to play in the Class 6A state championship game. For all our entire crew, for our producer on the radio side, Jaden Johnson, for our TV producer, Randy Rosenbaum, she is Samantha Burford. I'm Michael Watkins. Thanks for everybody that came on tonight. Thanks for listening, and thanks for watching.
Good luck.
This has been the Wallingford Sports Show.
Make sure to visit jackburford.com and be sure to like Jack Burford Chevrolet on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our Jack Burford Chevrolet YouTube channel. We load great, fresh, informational content daily about our great new and certified pre-owned vehicles. We also load great content about our great service specials to keep your vehicle running for many years to come. Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond.
Ponchos in Irvin is your year-round stop for Carhartt eyeside Lee jeans and boots. Prepare yourself for hunting with a huge selection of Carhartt bibs, coats, and other hunting gear. Don't forget about the big selection of hunting and work boots from Wolverine, Justin, Rocky, and more. As always, Honchos carries all the latest in Kentucky and Estill Engineer apparel and Skechers and New Balance for the little ones. The same great staff, same great personalized service always at Honchos on the Richmond Road in Irvin.
At King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester, you don't have to worry about the hassles of dealing with an aggressive salesman. They strive to make you feel comfortable and help you find the car you're looking for at the best price possible. Stop by today and get your key and drive off in a new-to-you vehicle from King Brothers Used Cars on West Lexington Avenue in Winchester, or stop by their Facebook page for updates and their website kingbrotherscars.com to check out their inventory. King Brothers Used Cars, family owned and time tested since 1966.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Escape to sports with Buffalo Wild Wings. New GM Tommy Barton welcomes you to the new atmosphere and new specials. Get the $5 game day menu all day, every day, which includes burgers and fries, brats and fries, or order a game day pitcher of beer, all for only $5. Don't forget about the buy one, get one boneless wings deal on Tuesday and 65-cent boneless wings on Thursday. And ask your server about the Blazing Rewards program and see how you can earn free food at Buffalo Wild Wings in Richmond.